I'm flying in Pachacamac. This valley is thermodynamic, which means that we use the wind and the thermals. But I took off late. Now it's like 4 p.m. and there's almost no thermals, and I have to use only the wind. In this case, because we're very close to the ocean, we use the sea breeze, not the wind of the valley. So it's a very stable and easy wind to fly. The direction is almost the same all the time, and also the intensity. So my only goal is try to imagine where the wind crashes with the cliffs and goes up. If I continuously fly in these faces of the mountain that are facing the wind, I'm going up. I especially like this time of the day to fly relaxed or to take students, because when we fly in thermodynamic zones, can be a little bit dangerous for students to fly in these both sources of energy. When we fly with thermals and wind, we have more chances to have a collapse. And because we have to fly always close to the mountain, we have the collapse close to the mountain, and a student can crash with the mountain. At this time of the day, a student or a novice pilot can fly close to the mountain with only wind and is a little bit more safe. Even though, of course, when a student is flying, we always recommend not to fly close to the mountain in the first flights, because even if they don't have a collapse, they can crash with the mountain if they don't have control enough. Even if it's late in the afternoon and there's almost no thermals, also helps to try to localize where the faces of the mountain are like facing the sun, because this little heat can create like little thermals that can help me if I cannot find a good wind enough. So I can try to find the combination of these sources of energy, the wind and this little heat remains that can help me to create sun lift and take a little more meters. So even it's late, I continuously playing with both, with wind and little thermals or slow thermals. If I go to the parts of the mountains that are in shadows, I have less probabilities to find lift. I'm trying now to fly over the zones that are facing the wind and also are facing the sun. One tip when we fly thermodynamic wind and we fly close to the mountain is to be like very focused or prepared to have a collapse close to the mountain or have a descent. In both cases, if we have the mountain here in my right side, I'll always put my body to the opposite side. So even I have a collapse, I already have my body to the opposite. The same, if I enter in a thermal, for example, now I have the mountain in my left side. If I suddenly enter in a descendant, I have to go away immediately. So I have to put my body to the opposite side. So if I descend, I already have my body and I can brake a little bit and escape from the descent. Descent and collapses are two causes that can make me crash with a mountain when I'm flying close to it. If I'm flying in a mountain and there's light wind, I can use the venturi effect to get more lift. That means in the last corners of the mountains, the wind accelerates because of the venturi effect. So if I fly close to these corners like now, I have more chances to get this kind of wind. In this corner, when I turn, I will go up because of the venturi effect. Of course, I do this only with light wind, because if the wind is strong, I will have enough energy lift to avoid the corners or the top of the mountain. But if I'm flying with light wind, I can use it as an advantage for me. As you can see, doing soaring along the mountain, I already gained like 50-60 meters with no thermals, only flying along the mountain using the lift. For moments, I'm very close to the mountain, but I prepare all the time to escape from it in case I have a collapse or a descendant. Sometimes when I have a good altitude or altitude enough with left, I try to open from the mountain. I try to get away from the mountain or gain space from the mountain to find or to look for a thermals. If I cannot find it, I return to do soaring. But I can only do that when I already gain some altitude in a safe or easy way, that is using the soaring. When I fly dynamic wind and I have traffic, it's very important to be very aware about traffic, because all the pilots will do the same that I'm doing, flying close to the mountain, and maybe we have to in some moment fly together. If I'm too focused in only gaining altitude, I can have an incident flying too close to another pilot or even crash. I have more risk to have a crash accident with another pilot doing soaring than even thermals, because when I fly thermals, we have more space, like 3-dimension space, but now it's like only 2 dimensions, right or left. So I have to be focused on gaining altitude and also on the traffic.